John, thank you for coming. An elite world builder. Could you tell us what you guys have built so far?
Yeah, hey, so my name's John. Have a company called PartyDAO. Been building crypto since like 2016. Built a lot of different stuff. Most of it didn't work, but some of it's done pretty well. What have we built? Well, so far we've got kind of 2 apps, I guess, that probably need a little bit more context to not sound really, really dumb. Whatever. We'll see. The first one's called ORO. So it's a token and it's very simple. So, I mean, like the whole world ID primitive has been really interesting to me. If you've worked in crypto, like Sybil resistance, bots, farmers, like kind of unsolvable problem without just doing KYC with government ID. And then that's just like centralized, and then you're taking on other platform risk to even like have a solution. So it kind of defeats probably the whole purpose of the thing you were building in crypto anyway. So it's like the world solution is just really, really cool as a developer primitive because you've got decentralized Sybil resistance. You don't have every human in the world yet, but you have enough for it to be meaningful. So have wanted to build something with it for a long time. And the launch of Worldchain mainnet felt like the first like real time you could do that. Could have built it before on like other chains, but this is like Leighton said, the distribution mattered. So super basic thing for this ORO token was like literally just wanted to write Solidity code for like a token that every human can claim the same amount of. So ORO is literally just a token where every human can claim 1 token at once every 24 hours, and that's all it is. It's the most popular mini app. Kind of by a lot.
It's actually more popular than the ones that we've built internally at World.
It's got over 300,000 unique humans are claiming. Not every day, but a lot of them are claiming every day. And now we passed 1 million claims. So like 1 million transactions, everyone by at least 1 unique human every 24 hours. Over 1 million times, over 1 million transactions by non-bots. And like in the middle of the day, it's like 2 people per second are claiming the token. So it's pretty cool. And I have more to say about that because now I think there's actually really cool stuff for devs to build on it. It's like you kind of got like the app distribution, but I've been tweeting somewhat ironically for like 2 years now that like people don't really want apps. They just want tokens. Like, I've got like a riff on Chris Dixon's like read, write, own, which is like, the whole new thing in Web3 is that you can own stuff, right? It's not that you can read and write stuff. So like you wouldn't, if Web 1 was documents and Web 2 was like PDF model of the internet, and then Web 2 was like apps you can read and write, and Web 3 is own, like you wouldn't build a PDF company in Web 2. So why would you build an app company in Web 3? You should build a token company. So now there's this token that like hundreds of thousands of real unique humans have. That's actually like also really interesting distribution. And now I think there's going to be really cool mini app opportunities for stuff that consumes this token. So I'll tell you how to think about the token, but like that was the first app, like really like reductive, like dumb idea, but like first time you've ever been able to do this thing, which is just say like, here's a token that all verified humans can claim on equal terms. And you like literally could not have built that before like 2 weeks ago. You needed World ID, you needed Worldchain. And that's one piece. We then have a separate app now called UNO, and it's just a token wallet as a mini app. It's an embedded mini app. So the World app at the moment like only supports 4 ERC20 tokens, Worldcoin, WETH, Wrapped Bitcoin, and USDC. So if you have a balance of any other ERC20 tokens in the World app, they're just not displayed anywhere. So we have an app that imagine like whatever mobile wallet you use, it looks like they all look, but it's a mini app. So World app users, once they have this token, look, where is the token? How do I get it? How do I do stuff with it? They can go get our other mini app, UNO, which now supports transfers. It has swaps coming soon. It's like fully functional wallet, but as a mini app. And that app now also has basically almost as many users as the other app. So those are our 2 apps.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry for the long answer.
Do you want to talk about Orb or no?
Well, so I also actually like the whole background of this was when I heard that Worldchain was coming out, basically the main thing, like the original this is probably like off brand at this point, but like the original way I heard about Worldcoin, 5 years ago was just like the story kind of to what Nate was talking about of like, crypto has been one of the biggest wealth transfers ever, but it's only benefited like a few like kind of early people who got in.
Yeah.
What if you could launch a cryptocurrency where everyone in the world was on the same footing? It'd probably be one of like the biggest wealth transfers in human history. And that's what Worldcoin is going to do. And so they've kind of done that, but there's also stuff where like
still working on it.
They're still working on it. And also like there's different stuff. Cause like, whatever, there's some reasons I won't get into all that, but like I've always been inspired by that vision. Basically there's like investors. So it's not actually, okay. So yeah, anyway. So I've just been like, all right, what if you just did like the absolute pure version of that? So like 2 months ago, I believe I deployed the first ERC20 contract on the chain because I kind of like found out about mainnet before it was actually out. So I like kind of managed to deploy a token, which was an even simpler version called Orb, where every human can just claim it once in their life and they just get 1,000 tokens. So then we had that, and then it was like, all right, what if you did that once per day? And then we riffed on the name. It was Orb. Okay, now it's Oro. Just change one letter. And Oro is gold in Spanish. We were realizing like all the users are in Latin, or a lot of the users in Latin America. Oro has full internationalization, by the way. Anywhere you are in the world, all the text is in that language. And it's like, okay, we've got Orb, we've got Oro, and now we need a token app. Now it's Uno. So they're all like 3-letter, mainly Spanish names. But yeah, so there's actually 3 mini apps, and they're the top 3 mini apps on the Mini App Store. Each one has like over 200,000 unique human users.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And thank you for what you guys are building. It really excites me. 2 things I wanted to highlight from what you said. One is he did talk about, I think there's a really interesting opportunity for other people building who want to consume Oro. Like my personal hope is that Oro doesn't just immediately become like a token people are trading, but that it becomes a token people burn to do other actions inside the world ecosystem, like play a game. You like burn Oro to like have a chance to win or whatever, or have a chance to play a game. So anyway, so for people who are thinking about mini app ideas, I think consuming Oro is a really interesting one. But then also I just want to highlight the Uno thing with the wallet, because there's a really big opportunity with mini apps, because we at TFH are very specific about what functionality we support natively in the app, and we intentionally do very limited functionality. And because of that, it creates this like huge opportunity for mini app devs to build what would be considered standard in normal like wallets, but we're not going to touch, because we want to keep like a really streamlined experience. So that's like what they've been able to do with Uno, is like standard in a normal wallet would be like swapping arbitrary ERC20s, but like we're not doing that in World. But that then creates like, for the builders, that creates like a big opportunity for you guys to come along and do it. So anyway, so just want to highlight those 2 things.
Yeah, I was just going to say just a couple other things that I think make the thing really interesting about Worldcoin just as a developer. I think, like I said, I've been building in crypto for a long time. There's a bunch of frustrations and challenges of doing that. Like it kind of sucks sometimes to build in crypto. It's like limited audience, UX is bad, like tons of bots, hard to tell if people are using your app because they want it or they want like to farm it for, so some, and also like, I don't know. Anyway, like the UX has come a long way, but I think some really cool stuff about building mini apps also is just like, one, like I said, the Sybil resistance thing. It's just like cool to be like, all right, like now I can just like go off the assumption that like my app is like verified unique humans. Like if I just have that as a base assumption, what does that change about like all the ideas I would come up with that are probably like baked into your head having built in crypto for a long time? Like you can like totally make this like, you can refactor your brain right around that assumption. It's really cool when you think about that. Second is like next gen UX. I think like over the past year with like L2s, embedded wallets, Coinbase Smart Wallet, Privy, all these things, like there's all the like consumer crypto builders, which I'm proud and ashamed to call myself one of them, are like excited about this like new UX that you can build. But I actually think the World app user experience is probably like the most advanced, like next gen, really clean consumer UX that you have, because like the wallet is abstracted, identity is abstracted, gas is abstracted. You can literally just build an app and users like tap buttons, a super polished like native looking modal pops up that asks them if they want to do it. Transaction simulations are built in because World app already has all that. So like as a dev, you're like, cool, like I don't need to give a crap about like an embedded wallet or gas or like any of this stuff, if you can, there's some hurdles because you're gonna have to learn how to build a mini app. But if you can do that, like a lot of other problems go away, and it'll probably be like the cleanest UX that you've ever built if you can just like literally build anything, because so much of this stuff is abstracted. So that's really cool. And then finally, biggest point I think is obviously just distribution. Like distribution crypto kind of broken, like not really broken, but it's just like maybe there's just like a limited number of users who like have a wallet, have a balance on the chain that you're building on, then care about your app. Can you even get it in front of them? So like one just really unique thing about mini apps at this stage is that like you can get a lot of distribution in a way that you probably haven't been able to before. So all those things are like just very stimulating as someone building apps. Like if we're 3 years into the bull market or into the bear market, you're fatigued, you're about to give up, like you can kind of like get all these new kind of fun toys to build with, and it gets pretty fun, I think. So that's some other stuff.
Yeah, we're only 2 weeks into the world bull market.
Yeah, there you go.
We just started. Like leave the bear market, join the bull market.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you touched on actually a lot of stuff I wanted to ask you about. So I'll maybe just turn it over to the audience if they have, if anyone has questions for John.
Can I make one more plug?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, just the last thing. Sorry, I don't know how long this is even supposed to be, but the last thing I would say about the ORO thing is like, it's only 2 weeks old, but starting to think about it kind of like as like the in-game currency for WorldChain. Like, imagine that like there's just this faucet where you can go every day and get more, and it's kind of like fun money because like you're getting more tomorrow. So like I really think the coolest version of that like ecosystem or where that goes is like there should be like 20 other mini apps where you can that consume ORO. Like, okay, I take it to a vending machine and I put in 1 ORO and I get like a cool NFT, or I take it to like a Tetris game and I spend 1 to play Tetris and then my score, that's how many Tetris coins I get. Like I think there's a really cool like token first go to market distribution strategy that like some people have said they're doing before, but like there's actually real distribution for it now, where if you build like the simplest thing that like just takes in 1 ORO, which that's your like revenue, right? You can like actually earn ORO, and gives a user even that like NFT example. I think like you will also like instantly get a bunch of ORO users who are sitting around right now like claiming their ORO. Like, I want to spend it, and I don't think that that's how Worldcoin itself will be used, because Worldcoin is like, at least to me, the mental model is like that's my kind of piece of the network. I don't really want to spend it. It's like really valuable, but this other thing is like this kind of fun money that I think people want to use on stuff. And to my point about like read, write, own, like building apps that do stuff with tokens, I think is what is going to be most novel to users who've already used iOS apps for a decade. Now there's like an actual new thing they can do, which is they've got this token. Now they want to go do stuff with it. So that would be my pitch, is if you want to build on top of ORO. It sounds really dumb, but
no, it's not.
So did the original. Like it's actually, I think, very strategic. So if you want to,
Bitcoin used to sound dumb.
If you want to build something related to ORO, talk to me and I can help you or explain it to you. And we could potentially also like give you distribution, like literally redirect our users to your mini app, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah. On that note, I wanted to say I heard internally that our number one support request right now is people emailing us asking what they can do with their ORO tokens. like not even joking. Yeah. And I would also just like to put a fine point on that to say, because I do think for the health of crypto as a whole and world ecosystem, it would be really cool if these people's first mental model was not like claim ORO and swap it, because swapping's not enabled for ORO yet. So people don't know they don't have a mental model for it yet. If we could get ahead of this and say, actually, your mental model is claim ORO and use it, and then swapping becomes a secondary thing in the future, I think that's going to be like a great way to onboard these 300,000 people to not just think of a token as like something they immediately sell, but something that actually has this like mini economy. So any questions though for John? Yeah.
So all gas is just paid by
all gas is paid by, I don't know if it's Tools for Humanity or World Foundation, but yeah.
And how much is it to send like in years of money right now?
I mean, now with we just moving to World Chain, it's like less than a penny. Okay. Yeah.
And do you plan to do that forever?
Yeah, for humans. Right now, it's for everybody who's using World App. In the future, we do plan to basically, the idea is that bot activity will subsidize the human activity. Humans will get free gas, bots will pay. We're going to make the AIs work for us. It's the bottom line. We have the World app has like a 25 TX daily limit. Yeah.
And then I can pay out beyond that.
No, you just can't do a transaction. Yeah, not that's like a World app interface thing. Yeah, yeah.
Gas isn't even presented to users. Like it's literally
It
just.
just doesn't exist. Yeah.
And then at 25, it'll just be like, chill.
I think it like silently fails right now. I don't think a lot of people are hitting that. Yeah.
We haven't. I mean, again, going back to like, it's only been 14 days that we've had mini apps, so we haven't even had like a reason people would ever have more than like 25 in a day. So this is going to become something we'll have to solve. But
So it's in the mini app that you're paying for the gas. If I do it on my own outside,
anything within World app is 100% free. Yeah. See someone else's hand? Oh, Tim?
So with ORO, then I'm guaranteed that this person has, like, the only way somebody can hold it is they verified their World ID.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then that makes me think of marketing lists and like actually marketing to those humans. And there's not something I think right now that's like a messaging, or I see push notifications is coming soon. Just ways to, I'm just trying to think about, because I came in here with an idea for Worldcoin, and now you sold me on ORO. But I'm also thinking like push notifications marketing lists or something. So I guess it's not a question. I just wanted to say something. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Push notifications are not there yet. I think, yeah, and they're coming. You know, trademarked or whatever you say when soon TM.
In this kind of like token first product paradigm, like how do you think about making the product better?
The token itself. I mean, I kind of just said one, which is I think that like whatever, this is not fully baked, right? I don't think there's like a recipe for this. I don't think it's been done that much, but I think I don't know. I kind of like just improv, like figure it out as I go and let the momentum carry you to like a good, just whatever feels right. I think like we've had a lot of fun with the app so far that wasn't really pre-planned. So like, I think like improv with positive feedback loops just leads you to like better improv. I'm not an improv guy, or I don't do that stuff comedy wise, but I just like, or do I? No, but yeah, I think, I don't know. I feel very comfortable just like kind of figuring it out as I go and trusting that the team and like the best ideas come up and they sound cool and then you do them and hopefully they work. But I do think, yeah, in this case, I really think that like more ways to do stuff that's interesting with the token, especially by like additional devs, is like probably the coolest possible version of the thing. And I would love to see someone build some kind of ridiculous thing in that way.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Thank you for what you're building.